Welcome to Math with Professor V. Here's your latest integral of the day, an indefinite integral of the square root of x times the square root of 1 minus x dx. So go ahead, pause the video, try it on your own if you like. I did a U-sub and then a Trig sub. That's been a common theme these days, hasn't it been? Okay, so to start off, I went ahead and let u equal the square root of x. And then before I differentiated, I actually squared both sides to make things easier. So u squared is x. That means 2u du is dx. So now let's rewrite everything in terms of u. So we'll have integral, instead of square root of x, that's u. Square root of 1 minus x would be square root of 1 minus u squared. And then this dx is 2u du. Okay. So then from here, just combining some of our terms, I have 2u squared times the square root of 1 minus u squared du, left to integrate. And then this led me to think, well, let's try trig sub. I have square root of 1 minus u squared. So I'm going to let u equal 1 sine theta, which means du is cosine theta d theta. So relaxing when there's no limits of integration right now. Okay, so we've got 2, u squared would be sine squared theta, square root of 1 minus sine squared theta, and then du is cosine theta d theta. How are we doing? Okay, so 1 minus sine squared theta is cosine squared theta. Square root of cosine squared theta, technically it's absolute value cosine theta, but when we do trig sub, we restrict theta, as I always say. So we can make sure that cosine theta is always positive. So I'm just left with 2 sine squared theta, and then here's a cosine, so then that's cosine squared theta d theta. Okay, what to do from here? Well, the way the integrand is written, I can rewrite it using my double angle identity for sine. If that's not obvious, let me help you out. So remember, sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta. And I kind of have that. I think it's easier if you get sine theta cosine theta all isolated. So sine 2 theta over 2 is sine theta cosine theta. Are we okay? So here I have sine squared theta cosine squared theta. That's the same as sine theta cosine theta quantity squared. So I'm going to replace all of this with sine 2 theta over 2 and then square it. So watch, we have integral. This 2 just comes along for the ride. And then instead of sine theta cosine theta squared, I'm going to write sine 2 theta over 2 squared d theta. Good? Okay, then I just have less trig functions, and then I can use some identities to help me integrate. This is going to become a 4 in the denominator, but I have a 2 sitting out here, so that's just going to all simplify to 1/2. Let me take it out. And then I've got sine squared 2 theta d theta. Okay, that's not bad. Anytime I see sine squared or cosine squared in an integral, I use my half angle identity, so I'm going to replace it with 1/2, 1 minus cosine, and then we always double the argument, so it'll become 4 theta d theta. All right, great. Let's combine these constants here. 1/2 times 1/2, that gives me 1/4. And then we can antidifferentiate now. Antiderivative of 1 is theta, minus antiderivative of cosine 4 theta would be 1/4 sine 4 theta plus c. Okay. Now here's the thing. We have to go back to our original variable. How do we do that? Slowly. First, we're going to go to u, then we're going to go to x. To get back to u, I need to draw a triangle. U was equal to sine theta. U was equal to sine theta. So let me draw my triangle. If u is sine theta, that's the ratio of opposite over hypotenuse. So this missing side would be rad 1 minus u squared. But you see how this is a triangle for theta? But I have this 4 theta here. What to do? We're going to use our double angle identity twice. So we change all of this to be in terms of theta. So we can use this lovely little triangle here. Okay, so 1/4 theta minus 1/16 sine 4 theta. Remember, 4 theta is 2 times 2 theta. So I could write it as 2 sine 2 theta cosine 2 theta plus c. I did double angle identity once. I need it once more because I still have 2 thetas there. So this is 1/4 theta minus 1/8. This sine 2 theta I'm going to replace with 2 sine theta cosine theta times cosine 2 theta is, there's 3 versions. Let's just go with cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta plus c. How do you feel? I hope not too traumatized, okay? You guys got this. You just really need your trig identities at the forefront of your mind. Okay, so 1/4, when there's plain old theta, what do? You come back to that trig sub that you made. And usually, in this case, since we chose to let u equal sine theta, then theta we're going to represent as sine inverse of u. Okay, so I'm going to replace that with sine inverse of u minus 1/8 times 2, that's 1/4. And then sine theta, come to the triangle, so that's ratio of opposite over hypotenuse, that's u over 1. Cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, rad 1 minus u squared over 1. And then this is times cosine squared theta. Well, if I square, this was cosine, right? If I square it, now there's just no more radical. 1 minus u squared minus sine squared theta would be u squared plus c. Oh, look at us. We're doing great. The end is in sight. 1/4 sine inverse of u minus 1/4 u rad 1 minus u squared. Those are like terms 1 minus 2u squared plus c. Can we box it? No, not yet. Almost, almost, almost. Remember, originally we had let u equal the square root of x. So let's go back to that original variable. This is 1/4 sine inverse square root of x minus 1/4 square root of x times the square root of 1 minus u squared would just be square root of 1 minus x. And then this is 1 minus 2x plus c. Et voila, that's it. How did you like it? I mean, there must be a different way to do it. There must. If you did something different, I'm so curious to find out. So please let me know. It might look a little different, your final answer, right? Because I guess, we could have distributed and cleaned up some more. And maybe you could have done that in the very beginning and tackled it differently. So let's discuss. I like looking at other solutions, other approaches, especially when they're more succinct. I think that's more elegant. So always fun. Tell me how you like this one, though. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You can see what I'm up to. And I'll be back sooner than later with more uploads, more integrals, more calculus, more lovely math. Thank you guys so much for your support. Bye.